under their cares.
All right, YouTubes. It's Sunday morning, 9/13, January 28th. Niners once again. Now I'm old enough, I got to see all 5 Super Bowl wins of the 49ers. And then I got to see all 3 of the Giants World Series. I had to wait most of my life for that. That was cool. And then, of course, the Warriors. We never thought the Warriors were going to win the NBA championship. And they've cracked off like 4, so that's pretty good. Is it 3 or 4? I think it's 4. And maybe it's only 3. I can't remember on the Warriors. But the one so they've lost a ton of championship games. And the one for me that stung the most when I was a young kid was the 1983 one against the Redskins, where they called the pass interference call on Ronnie Lott at the end of that game, so the Redskins could kick a field goal and win. That one stung. The 2 that Steve Young lost to the Cowboys in a row. Think about this. Steve Young lost 2 NFC championships in a row to the Cowboys before he won on the 3rd one. And the first one at Candlestick, that burned a little bit, but hey, should have never got rid of Joe Montana, or should have played him. Joe was still on the team then. They should have played Joe in the second half. That's what we were saying as fans. Put Joe in it after halftime. And they didn't, and then they got rid of Joe, and then Young lost again, and I think Montana made it to an AFC championship game with the Chiefs and lost. He got beat up really bad in that game against the Bills. And then the Bills went on to lose 4 straight Super Bowls in a row, right? And the Niners have lost a ton of NFC championship games. Last year against the Eagles did their job and knocked out Brock Purdy fair and square. And then the Niners never addressed the O-line. So when the Niners went to the Super Bowl in 2019 with Jimmy G, the whole right side of that line, the center, the right guard, were backups. McGlinchey was out there, but they never really were high on McGlinchey. He's at the Broncos now. I think he had a pretty good year at the Broncos. They were playing with backups. And it came back to bite him in the ass in the 4th quarter, and they lost that game. Then the NFC Championship game against the Rams, the O-line still wasn't addressed after the Super Bowl, and that O-line was a bunch of backups and scrubs. And when they tried to get their last drive going at the end of the game with Garoppolo, the right guard is telling the center when to hike the ball, but he's still looking at the center, and you can go on the All-22 film and watch it. As the Rams defender blows right by him, the guy's still in his stance looking at the center. And I think it was Brunskill. And Garoppolo didn't have a chance, and he got flattened or threw a pick or whatever the hell he always does, but the guy didn't have a chance. And then you go fast forward to last year, they still haven't fixed the O-line. They tried to block a defensive end with the tight end. That didn't work out, and Purdy got his arm snapped off. Now, in today's game, I don't know what's going to happen in today's game. I really think the 49ers are going to beat Detroit for a couple of reasons. It's on grass, it's outside, and I just think the Niners' defense is a lot better than any of the defenses Detroit's faced all year. I really believe that. And Christian McCaffrey that dude is on another level. And my man Debo's playing. It's just, I think the Niners are matched. I think it'll be a close game. I think it's going to come down to a field goal or a turnover or a penalty flag in this game. I really believe that. Now I lost my train of thought what I was talking about, but oh yeah, the O-line. So they still didn't fix it after Brock Purdy got his arm snapped off. So they still got what I consider. You got Trent Williams on the left tackle, Hall of Famer, cool. You got Banks next to him. He's not playing very good right now. possibly a starter, low-end starter, maybe a second stringer. The center, I can't think of his name right now. It'll come to me. He's a second stringer. The right guard, they're using this old journeyman they picked up, second stringer. And then the right tackle, McKivitz, yeah, second stringer for sure. And they haven't spent any money on that O-line other than on Trent Williams. And we'll see if it bites them in the ass today. And this will go all the way back to 2019. So it'll be 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 seasons. That's 5 years. 5 seasons. They haven't addressed the O-line. We'll see if it bites them in the ass today. And we'll see if I'm like a football guru or not. But that would be the weakest link on the Niners. The second weakest link would be the kicker. And then the third weakest link will be the secondary. The safeties are not helping out in run support. So I hope Jair Brown gets the start over Logan, because the starter back there, Hufanga, blew his knee out earlier in the year, and he was an enforcer on run stopping. And he can't play because he's injured. So that would be the three biggest problems. O-line, kicker's questionable, but he could be good, we don't know. And then the DBs. And that's it. Everything else, Niners, fine. And I think the Lions' weakest link is if you could get pressure on Jared Goff, you could smoke that dude. But we'll see. But that 1983 NFC Championship game, it's probably all over YouTube. Ronnie Lott getting the pass interference call on him. Heartbreaker. Yeah, I might have had to go outside and ride the BMX bike around the block for an hour to cool down after that one. Once you get older, you don't give a rat's. It's just sports ball. Well, that's my rant on the 49ers and the NFC Championships.